Hello, and welcome to this Manilla Athletics Introductory course. In this course, we will go over the basics of racquetball. We will go over the down the line shot, the cross court shot, the pinch shot, the ceiling ball, a skip, and then how to hit all of those shots as well. By the end of this course, you will know all of the basic shots in racquetball, when to hit them, and also how to hit them. With these shots, you will become a better racquetball player. The easiest way to win in racquetball is this: hit the ball where your opponent is not. Let's jump in with the down the line shot. The down the line shot is one of the most basic racquetball shots, and I would argue probably the most important racquetball shot to master. This is one of the hardest shots to hit well, but when executed properly, will be the best shot that you can hit in the game. A down the line shot is if you are facing towards the side wall, when you hit the ball, it'll come straight back down that same wall that you are facing. A good down the line is very close to the side wall, but doesn't hit the side wall. When you hit the side wall on a down the line shot, it now brings the ball towards the center of the court where your opponent is most likely going to be. A good down the line will hit the front wall, bounce around the encroachment line or the short line, which is either the dotted line or that second solid line, and then it'll bounce before the back wall. This means that your opponent will have to travel a longer ways to retrieve this ball than if it hits the side wall and the ball will come right to them. Let's show this in a different way. Let's say that your opponent is the blue square and you are the green square. The right time to hit the down the line shot is any time that your opponent is above the dotted line. This means they are too far up and out of position. You'll see here that when you retrieve this shot, since your opponent is so far forward, they will end up not being able to reach this shot. So this seems good and all, but let's look at what happens if you don't execute the down the line shot the right way. If I were to hit this ball here and it ends up hitting the side wall instead of coming straight down the line, you can see that it'll bounce out towards your opponent, giving them a good shot right in the front of the court. So make sure when you are hitting this, it goes straight down the line without hitting the side wall. Let's go through how to hit a proper down the line. Notice how when I drop this ball, it's in the middle of my stance. The importance of hitting it in the middle of the stance is when you start to swing, you will make contact in the center. This means that the ball will come straight back down the line. When we start going through the cross court and the pinch, you will see that you will have to hit at different parts in your stance to hit a different shot. The next shot we are going to go over is the cross court shot. This shot is hit by hitting the ball and having it come behind your back. This shot is used when someone is either anticipating your down the line shot or is in the front of the court and you have to get the ball around them so that they can't get to the ball. To hit this shot properly, you want to hit the ball about 2 feet up on the front wall, and you want the first bounce to be right at the service box line. This means that the ball will be able to pass your opponent and still hit 2 times before the back wall. If the shot is not executed properly and hits the side wall, it'll go right to your opponent for an easy shot in the front court. So let's dissect how to hit a cross court shot. Notice when I drop the ball here, it's at the front of my stance, allowing my racket to come through a little bit longer than the down the line shot, and in turn makes the ball go cross court. So let's take a look at the importance of this. Let's say the ball is behind me in my stroke, but I'm trying to go cross court. The ball is not going to do what I want it to do because it is not in the right part of my swing. So when you are hitting your shots, be very cognizant of where the ball is in your stance to hit it at the right spot. The next shot we are going to go over is the pinch shot. The pinch shot is when you hit the side wall first and then the front wall. This shot is most people's favorite shot to hit because if you can hit the pinch very low, it will bounce twice much faster than the down the line or the cross court. Thus, it will end the rally faster. The bad part about this pinch shot is if you don't hit this shot correctly, the ball will stay up in the front of the court and it is easy for your opponent to hit a good next shot. You want to hit the pinch shot when your opponent is in the back of the court so that when it hits the corner, it dies quickly in the front of the court. If your opponent is in the front of the court or in front of where you are hitting, normally you don't want to use the pinch shot because they are already in the front court and you are more likely to give them a setup off of the shot that you just hit. Going back to the beginning part of the class, our goal is to hit the ball where they are not. If your opponent is in the front of the court and you still hit the pinch, they don't have to move much and they're going to be able to get to your ball. So when your opponent is behind you, that's when the pinch shot is a great shot to hit.
Let's go over how to hit the pinch shot. What you will do is drop the ball in the back of your stance. This means you will hit the ball earlier in your swing and the ball will in turn go to the side wall.
The next shot we are going to go over is the ceiling ball shot. The ceiling ball shot is used as a defensive shot. The reason for this is when you hit the ceiling, it's very hard for your opponent to go up and cut the ball off, meaning they have to get to the back of the court. We want your opponent to be in the back of the court most of the time because it is harder to hit a good shot from the back of the court than it is the front of the court. Thus, when hitting a ceiling ball up to the ceiling, you will get your opponent to the back of the court. Then, when they hit their next shot, you will be in front of them and can end the rally easier. The final shot we are going to go over is the dreadful skip. A skip is when the ball hits the ground before the wall and thus it ends the rally. Anytime that the ball hits the ground before the front wall, it is a skip and the rally is over. Very often when I ask people how did they play, they go, I couldn't hit the big white wall in front of me, meaning they skipped a lot of balls because they were trying to hit the ball too low on the front wall. They were trying to be too perfect on the court. A skip is one of the worst shots you can hit because not only do you lose the rally, but you lost it yourself. You didn't make your opponent earn that next shot. Now that we've gone over those 5 shots, let's do a recap. 1, hit the down the line or cross court. It's the smart shot, it makes your opponent move, and you will win more games than not if using the cross court and the down the line. 2, if you're in a defensive position, hit it up to the ceiling. This will draw your opponent backwards, and now you are in a good position. 3, hit the pinch. If you're going to hit it low, end the rally. By leaving the pinch up, you put your opponent in a very good position to hit a very good shot. 4, and finally, don't skip the ball. You're hurting yourself, you're hurting your racquetball game, and you're making it easy for your opponent to win. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you would like to learn why you're skipping the ball, or if you want to increase your power or fix some of the injuries that you're having with either your shoulder or your elbow or your knees, a lot of this can be due to how you are swinging. Go ahead and check out my other classes where we dive deep into the stroke of the forehand and the backhand class and many more things. Go ahead and check that out on the membership tab on manillaathletics.com. Until next time, guys, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video.